We both lived in Greenwich Village, New York, Manhattan. And I lived on 9th Street and Jim lived on 10th Street. And we both walked down to 6th Avenue to take a bus to work in the morning down in the financial district. And that is how we met.
That's where we met.
At 8:30 in the morning.
At a bus stop.
Morning, not quite morning after morning, but frequently. And started talking, and that was the beginning. And we got married. Shortly after we met, actually.
Less than 6 months, yeah.
We didn't wait very long. We were old enough to know what we wanted, I think. And that was that.
And that was over 50 years ago.
Yes, 51 years, actually.
Good neighbor in Arlington, and her husband died. He was a reserve Army officer, and she therefore had eligibility for Vinson Hall. She invited us to come to an open house at Vinson Hall, where she had moved after her husband died, and she invited us a couple of times, and we were very impressed. So we applied and got an apartment here.
We had looked at some other places, and we were considering them, but once we saw Vinson Hall, and also I think the other strong consideration was the location, because from Arlington we were what 5 minutes from here, you know, so that was nice. And I was involved in the community in Arlington. The size of this place is ideal, less than 200 residents. You get to know people, become
yes.
family.
That's important.
Very important. So I am totally sold. I was asked if I would agree to be the coordinator for a low vision support group that was being formed. And I said, well, all right, I'll do that. And that goes back to too long ago. But anyway, I did. And we were fortunate enough to have a lady from the Prevention of Blindness Society as an advisor, and she comes in every month. We meet once a month, and we have a very active program. We started out with a handful of people, and at this point there are close to 30 people on my list. Some people from the community, as outside community as well, because since the group is listed in the Prevention of Blindness Society newsletter, that means that it's open to the community. And we are very active, very busy, and it's very gratifying. It's more work than I had anticipated, but so what? It's good for me.
Soon after we moved here, we were at a meeting. Well, it was for a movie night upstairs in the auditorium, and the Navy captain in charge asked for volunteers. He wanted to resign from the program, and I foolishly raised my hand, and he said, "You've got it." And little did I realize what I was getting into. But anyway, it's been great fun, and now I've been doing it for almost 8 or 9 years. And the residence bylaws require 2 movies each month, and I choose them and show them and ask for comments. And believe me, there's no lack of comments.
But it is fun.
But it is interesting, actually. Yeah.
So.
And this is a good community, and the residents are from all walks of life, and many have traveled all over the world, and so many have very interesting stories to tell, because they were Navy officers and officers' wives and so forth. So it's a good community. And
well,
we have more sense of community here, I think, than we ever had even in Arlington.
Oh yes.
Although Marta was very busy in Arlington.
Yeah, I was very involved.
But aside from our neighbors, who are good neighbors, I have no doubt about that, but we didn't have that sense of community. We were just another house. But here you have a sense of community, which is very strong. And we appreciate that and enjoy it.